Hi, you must be Caitlin.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So my name is Cheyenna. I'll be your social worker today. And before we start things off, I'm going to go over the confidentiality statement with you, which means everything that you tell me today will stay in between you and I unless I feel that you will harm yourself or others, then I will have to report it. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you want to go ahead and tell me why you're here today?
So I've been getting migraines for, mostly they've been bad for about the last 6 to 8 months, but I've been getting them for about the last 2 years. But they've really been affecting my schooling. I've not been able to make it to class when I get them because I can't drive, and I just, even if I could get myself to class, I don't think I could sit through the class because I can't handle the lights and the noise. But I've not really been able to find a medication that works. I've been trying different ones with my doctor, and I mean, I'm sure I'm going to find one eventually, but it's just a trial and error process. But I need someone like to stay with me and help take care of me because I can't really get out of bed, and I'm too dizzy and I can't see very well. I have to have the room completely dark, and it's not really safe for me to be up and about doing things to take care of myself when I get them. But because I can't make it to class and because I don't have a way of proving this to my professors, that I'm afraid it's going to really hurt my grades. Even with a way to prove this, I don't know how I'm going to be able to learn the content of the class without being there and being in the lectures, and I'm just not really sure what to do about this and how to help myself with this until I find a medicine, because it's really miserable to be going through this and feeling this pain all the time.
Okay, so you said that you need somebody to live with you, or you need someone to take care of you, watch you. So what is your living situation like right now?
So I have a roommate, but she has to go to class too, and I have friends, so that's a lot of stress on them, and I don't know, I feel bad at having to ask them all the time, to do, to help me and to, I feel like that's a lot of stress on them being in school and to help me all the time, and I just feel like it's a lot to ask of other college students who have their own problems and their own classes and things to deal with, and I don't know, I don't really know what to do about it.
Do you have family that lives nearby?
I do, so.
You could definitely ask them to help out, and even though you don't want to put stress on other college students, you could switch out and see if you could get something that works in between their schedules and use different people for different times and that kind of thing, so that way you're not always asking the same person and feeling like a dead weight on them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, you could definitely do that. And other means of transportation, you said that you didn't know how to get to class because you can't drive. One thing that you could definitely do is check out bus routes in the area. As a student, you can ride free on the mountain line. I'm not sure if you knew that. We can definitely look and see if there are bus stops nearby. And other than that, we can also see if anybody else that you know would be willing to take you places that you need to go. So another thing that you said was that you were having problems like going to class, and you were worried about being able to pay attention in class because of the lights, things like that. Have you considered even registering with the accessibility services on campus? Are you aware what that is?
I've actually not heard of accessibility services before.
Okay, so that's located on the downtown campus of your college, and what they'll do is they'll work with you to work out accommodations with your professors for health issues or any other type of issues, so that you can make sure that you're getting the content with your professors. And another thing that you could possibly do is maybe, have you thought about video call like Skype or Zoom into your classroom if you couldn't make it that day?
No, I've actually not. I didn't know that was an option.
That's something you could definitely talk to your professors about and see if that's an option for you.
Well, that would be really great if I could do that.
Mm-hmm. So, you also said you're having problems with your medicines?
Yes, I have tried 1, 2, 3, 4, like 8 different medicines in the last year. And so the first one, because they think my migraines are triggered by stress, was Zoloft, and it made me sick. I mean, so sick. I fell asleep in the break room at work. Not because I was tired, because I don't pull stuff at work, because I really like my job and I take it very seriously. I was really sick, and I've taken it for almost a month, and the side effects never went away. It just made me really sick, and so they put me on another one. I can't remember what it was called, and I took it for almost a month too, and after the side effects should have went away, and it still made me so dizzy, like I couldn't drive a car. I mean, that was for almost a month I couldn't drive because I was so dizzy, it felt like I had vertigo, so I couldn't take it. And then they put me on Buspar, and it made me depressed, so I couldn't take it. And then they put me on amitriptyline, which sounded like it would have been like a miracle pill because it's used for like chronic pain and like people with depression, and so I was like, super excited, and it helped with like a lot of stress. Like I felt a lot better when I took it. Like I wasn't really I wasn't anxious and I wasn't worried about stuff. Like overall, like I was just a lot more calm and collected, and like I wasn't getting as many migraines, but it made me depressed and feel terrible. So I had to quit taking it after about, I think I took it for almost 2 months. I felt a lot better, but it made me depressed, so I couldn't keep taking it. So then I didn't take any anxiety medicine for a while, and I've been taking Topamax. Not sure how to pronounce it. I'm not a medical professional, but I've been taking that, and I just got up to the maximum dosage of that, and I can't really tell yet if I can feel a huge difference with that one or not, but I hear, I guess in like another, I mean like I said, I just got like here in like the last few days up to the full dosage of it. I should know if I can feel a difference with it or not. And I've been taking an as needed anxiety medicine that has less side effects. It only has like 4 side effects, so hopefully it does not make me depressed because it can't. It's not a side effect. So I have felt a big difference. I haven't had as many migraines while taking that, but when I stopped taking the amitriptyline, I had a migraine for a solid 10 days. Like I have an as needed pain medication that it's what is it called? Imitrex. They started me on 25 milligrams of it, and it helped, but it didn't get rid of them. So then I started taking 50 milligrams. I took in that 10 days like my entire months. Like I get 9 a month. I took the entire 9. She had to call me in another prescription. I felt awful because I felt like I shouldn't have been taking that many, but like if I didn't take them, I got a migraine. Like I kept like a low grade headache with taking the medicine. But whenever, so I didn't take it one day because I was like, this is ridiculous. I should not be taking that much medicine. I got an awful migraine. Like I had to keep taking it. Then when I started the anxiety medicine, what am I?
Your migraines went away.
The 10-day migraine
Okay.
went away when I started taking the anxiety medicine. So I haven't, that was about a week ago, and I've only had like 1 migraine since then. So I'm hoping like I have that figured out. It makes me nervous since I had one since then, but I mean I guess you can't completely get rid of them. You just hope you mostly get rid of them. And I'm hoping that since I've been taking the Topamax, because she said that, or my doctor said that usually for most people like helps to mostly eliminate them, but it makes it so that she said a lot of people like it changes their taste, and it changes like your eating habits, and it makes you not hungry, and it can make you pretty nauseous, and just that's something that like it doesn't really go away. Like it's something that you can keep the entire time you take the medicine, and I've already lost 5 pounds like since I started taking it. So I'm a little nervous about that because I'm just like right at like a healthy weight right now. I don't really want to lose a whole lot of weight with that. So I'm really hoping that I don't drop too much weight taking that medicine because it's just not good, and it has a lot of crazy side effects that I'm hoping I just like don't have to deal with. But so far, like that's the only thing that's really bothering me with it is that stuff has tasted kind of weird, but I'm hoping that I can work my way around that and just find other foods that taste good and don't make me feel sick. I've been like tasting or just like trying different foods to try and see like what's good and what's not, and eating the stuff that is good, and then just not worrying about like what isn't, so that I don't have to deal with try to not make an issue out of it if it doesn't have to be. You know, if it's gonna help me, I don't want to worry about like just because I don't like certain foods. Like I don't want that to be a problem. That seems like very mediocre in the grand scheme of things. So I'm really hoping I get that settled so that, I mean, if it's gonna help me, I don't want to worry about something as small as a certain food does not taste good. But if I'm gonna be losing a lot of weight, then I might have to worry about that. But hopefully that's not a problem. Like I don't want it to be a problem.
Have you been eating your normal 3 meals a day, or?
Yeah, I've been like really, like she told me to count calories. I don't really want to go that extreme, but I have been like every morning when I get up, I'm eating a meal and I'm making sure I have 3 types of food. And like at noon, I make sure I eat lunch, and at like dinner, I eat. And before I go to bed, you need a snack before I go to bed to make sure like I don't have like low blood sugar and I'm not like dizzy and shaky when I wake up in the morning, just to make sure like I've had enough like all day, because I have been like noticed I've been like really shaky and like dizzy because I'm not necessarily been able to eat like a lot at each meal because it's made me kind of nauseous. But I like am trying really hard to like avoid that. I don't like want that to be happening. So it's been kind of weird, but I've like been trying really hard to make it not be like that.
Well, you're definitely doing an awesome job keeping track of all of that and making sure you're on the right track. Is the stress the only thing that's really causing your migraines?
I mean, as far as I know, and with going to the doctor, that's pretty much the only thing that we can think of. Like I've tracked like my eating habits, and we can't see patterns with any foods. I've had an MRI done, and there's like no abnormalities like with my brain. There's no sinus problems. We've not found no problems with like my birth control or anything like that. So the only pattern we have seen is like after my grandma passed away last spring, I got one every Wednesday for 2 months, and she passed away on a Wednesday morning. And this past semester, I got one every Thursday morning, and I had classes from 8:30 till 7 p.m. every Thursday, and it just seemed like it was a pattern of like days of high stress for me is when I was getting my migraines the most, and they were recurring. So that's a pattern of like when I was taking the anxiety medication is what was helping me the most, or things of like to try and help with stress were the things that helped me the most to get rid of them. So that's the biggest solution we have found to the problem so far.
Okay, so definitely see if you can start partaking in maybe some activities like with friends or anything like going out, like just hanging out or doing things you enjoy, like some hobbies that you like, such as anything. Is there anything you like doing? Like anything that you do that particularly relieves your stress?
I like to read and I like to dance. I thought about joining different like clubs on campus maybe to try and like take some like time away from like studying, being stressed out of school, to like spend time on campus and like enjoying like different things other than just school activities and like work and that kind of thing.
Okay, I definitely think that would be a good step for you to maybe partake in some of those activities, especially whenever you're feeling good, because that would definitely take your mind off of, hey, when will I get my next migraine, that kind of thing. So I think that we should definitely pick up next week or maybe the week after, depending on what your schedule is like, and we'll pick up about your eating habits and maybe what you've gotten into for the next week. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, it was nice meeting you today.
Nice meeting you too.